Hey guys, welcome back to Fourth Wall Reactions. Today I am starting on Series 8 of Doctor Who. It's a new doctor, new actor playing the doctor, but also a new doctor. He regenerated. He is a semi-new being. The last time the doctor fully regenerated from David Tennant into Matt Smith, I was very apprehensive. And it's really interesting just for me that the succession of actors playing the Doctor in New Who, I was the most familiar with Christopher Eccleston's work, and then next most familiar David Tennant's, next most familiar Matt Smith. I'm sure that I have seen some of Peter Capaldi's work in random movies, but I don't remember. I did remember him in the one episode, The Fires of Pompeii. That's my only real memory of his other work. Then the one that will be after, I saw her a few episodes of Broadchurch. So each successive Doctor, the actor, I am less and less familiar with the work. So on one hand, there aren't as many expectations. On the other hand, there's more like, oh, this is uncharted territory. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. So it took a good 4 episodes for me to get used to Matt Smith as a Doctor. I have no idea how long it will take for me to get used to Peter Capaldi, but here we go. We're gonna find out. I'm really excited, a little nervous. Let's check this out. Dinosaurs and Big Ben. What is going on?
How can you time travel? I don't know.
You're asking.
Something at 8.
You're asking a lizard-skinned lady. Oh. Of course.
Exit the box and surrender the glory of the Sontaran Empire.
There it is.
Shush. Doctor?
Who?
Sleepy. Dopey. Grumpy.
Stop naming dwarves.
I knew why you're doing that way. You're going dark. Never mind. Everyone, take 5.
Oh no. Oh, right in the mud.
Where's the doctor? Right here.
It's the Doctor. Well, I mean, they met him when he was Matt Smith.
Well then, here we go again.
She knows. Interesting.
How do we change him back?
Well, he's just a little
Doesn't
confused.
seem very happy.
He's just confused after he regenerates,
I don't know.
right?
If Astrid changed, if she was different, if she wasn't the person that you liked. I don't like her, Mom. I love her. And as to different, well, she's a lizard.
Sort of a special circumstance. I mean, she did have an actual crush on the Doctor. I don't know if she's still gonna have that. Oh! Sir, you're missing half your face.
You have good eyes. I do, Dan. Very good eyes.
Oh, God. Oh, good God. Oh, good God. Oh, you're gonna... Jeez!
Your gift.
Oh!
Bad eyes.
Oh, no. What the... It was right out in the middle of the street.
He doesn't look any he looks older. You thought he was young. He looked young. He has walked this universe for centuries untold. He has seen stars fall to dust. You might as well flirt with a mountain range.
I did not flirt with him.
He flirted with you. How? He looked young. Who do you think that was for? Everyone. I wear a veil as he wore a face. For the same reason. To be accepted.
Good point.
Are you judging me?
Yeah, sounds like
The
it.
doctor regenerated in your presence. He trusted you. Are you judging him?
Just because my pretty face has turned your head, do not assume that I am so easily distracted.
Goodness me. The lake is ruffled at last. I often wondered what it would be like when you lost your temper. Married.
Undercurrents.
Leads us. When did you stop wearing your veil? When you stopped seeing it?
Jeez.
I will keep you safe. You will be
I see
at home again.
pantomiming. Oh my god. No.
Who or what could have done this thing?
Android man.
That is not where we start. You have a brains pudding. Look at you. Like I made a decent species plan of the pudding brains.
Doctor, you need to calm down and talk to us. What is the question?
The question is, have there been any similarities?
Yes. Yes, by the goddess that I have.
Really? I think they would have noticed other dinosaurs.
Have you seen this face before?
No,
Are you sure?
sir.
Yeah.
I have never seen that face.
It's funny because I'm sure that I have. You know, I never know where the faces come from. They just pop up.
Well, you have seen it before in Pompeii.
It's covered in. My face is fresh on now.
I'm out.
Hey, this one.
I don't like it.
What?
Your face.
I don't like it either. But it's all right up till the eyebrows. Here one. Look at the eyebrows. You can attack eyebrows. You can take bottom tops off with these.
Attack
I like your
eyebrow.
eyebrows indeed, sir.
They're cross. They're crosser than the rest of my face. They're independently cross. They probably want to seat from the rest of my face and take up their own independent state of eyebrows. That's good. I am Scottish. I'm not Scottish.
You are definitely Scotch, sir. I hear it in your voice.
I'm Scottish. Scottish. I am Scottish. I can complain about things. I can really complain about things. Now, give me your coat. This is what I saw.
Bless this man. He's still in the alley with him.
Spontaneous combustion.
What devilry is this, sir?
I don't know. But I probably play in English.
Oh my god. I have a Scottish story for you later. Ah, you are the impossible girl.
The impossible girl, that's what he calls me. He says lunch, but not when or where. He doesn't do puzzles. He isn't complicated. He really doesn't have the attention span. So,
He's complicated. I would argue that.
on the other side...
Uh-huh. I hope she's right. Hi. Oh.
What's wrong?
Maybe the smell?
I know it's everywhere.
You.
Where did you get that coat?
Are you cross with me?
I am not cross. But if I was cross, it would be your fault. And yes, I am cross.
I guess not.
I am extremely cross.
And if I hadn't changed my face, would you be cross?
I would be cross if I wasn't cross.
Why?
Why? What kind of person would put a cryptic note in a newspaper advert?
Well, I would like to say,
Oh, go on, do say.
well, I would say that that person would be an egomaniac, needy game player. Sort of person.
Thank you. Well, at least that hasn't changed.
Happy to play your game.
No, I didn't place the ad. You placed the ad.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you placed the ad. I figured it out. Impossible girl. See, lunch.
No, look, the impossible, that is a message from the impossible
Oh,
girl.
the impossible girl.
Somebody knows something. His face.
Well, if neither of us placed that ad. Who placed that ad?
What are you doing? And that isn't the only grey one if you are having a call.
What, do you have a problem with the grey one?
Well, I got new hair and it was grey. I would have a problem. Ow!
Sorry, it was only one out of place. I'm sure that you would want it killed.
Ooh, you're trying to tell me something.
Damn, he is being super salty with her.
There's something extremely wrong with everybody else in this room.
Are they all the android people? I can hear it now. They're all like
They're just eating.
androids. Oh my good god, that is so weird.
Okay,
frackin' Westworld, man. Oh, good God. Sonic. Do you have a Sonic? This is my favorite word. Creepy, creepy, creepy.
Find the Java children's menu.
Liver,
I don't like liver.
spleen, brainstem, eyes.
Okay.
It's your face.
Yeah,
And no, it's an actual... Oh, no! Don't put it on her face! A face on the face!
Yes, we have a children's menu.
We have a children's menu.
We've got one shot at this.
Next time, make one that doesn't roll.
Go!
Oh, oh, oh! No! Don't kick it away. She's short.
Sometimes like this, Miss Amy. Nothing.
Ready?
I know it was meant to comment about the legs, but...
Recharging. There's even nowhere here.
Are you sure?
Sure, not sure, Marianne. The eyeballs look very fresh, though.
No.
It's a brand new head we're putting. I've seen this before.
Oh, is this from a classic? Oh, good God. Ew, that
Doctor,
damn it.
Sorry, too slow. There's no point in catching us both.
oh, give me the screwdriver.
Hello? He must have
Doctor.
some kind of plan. Or not.
Something else I'm not doing. Breathing.
Mm-hmm. Hold your breath. Oh, flutter. Flutter of the eyes. Oh, good God. Ah! Oh, she tried so hard.
You will tell us where the other one is.
Nope.
You will be destroyed.
Destroy me then. And if you don't, then I'm not going to believe a single threat you make from now on.
Ah!
Okay. Yes, I'm crying, and it's just because I am very frightened of you.
Oh!
We will not negotiate.
Then you might as well kill me, because I'm not talking again until you do.
His head is literally spinning.
Where is the other one?
I don't know. But I know where he will be. Where he will always be. If the Doctor is still the Doctor, he will have my back.
Hey! Oh!
Hello. Rubbish robots from the dawn of time. Thank you for all the gratuitous information. 5'1" and crying. You never stood a chance. Stop it.
Stop it.
Geronimo.
Ah! Woo!
Remain still and lay down your weapons in the name of the British Empire.
Sorry?
I will leave in the escape capsule. It has been repaired.
What with?
You. Your friend is intelligent. He'll know better than to follow me.
The little wave.
How are you powering it?
Skin.
Skin. The dinosaur. Oh! 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 It's a balloon of...
Get the station.
A balloon of human
This is
skin.
Marie Antoinette. Out of control.
Oh!
As human beings.
I was racking my brain.
Sister ship of the Madame de Pompadour.
Yes. 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 You remember.
No getting it.
How would you kill me?
There's more human in you than machine.
Really? There's a hand hanging off his collar.
You have replaced every piece of yourself, mechanical and organic, time and time again. You probably can't even remember where you got that face from.
It cannot end.
It has to. There's only one way on.
Self-destruction is against my basic program. Murder is against mine.
Skin balloon. I cannot get over it.
Do you have it in you to murder me?
They're never small to me. You realize, of course, one of us is lying about our basic programming. And I think we both know who that is.
Oh, hands.
You've redecorated.
Yes.
Parts of it's the same.
I don't like it.
I'm not entirely convinced myself. I think there should be more round things on the walls. I used to have a lot of round things. I wonder where I put them.
That's kind of cool looking. There's a
I'm the doctor.
bit of a library up there.
I've lived for over 2,000 years. I've made many mistakes. Clara, I'm not your boyfriend.
I never thought you were.
I never said it was your mistake.
Who put that advert in the paper?
You were given the number of a computer helpline.
Yeah.
Before you the TARDIS. Who gave you that number?
The woman in the shop.
And there's a woman out there who's very keen that we stay together. How do you feel on the subject?
What?
I'm so sorry. But I don't think I know who you are anymore.
Yeah, you better get that. Might be your boyfriend.
Shut up. I don't have a boyfriend.
It's me.
Yes, it's you. Who's this?
It's me, Clara. The doctor.
I'm phoning you from Trenzalore.
From before I changed.
I mean, it's all still to happen for me. It's coming. Oh, it's coming.
Stop making me cry.
Why? Why did you do this?
Because I think it's gonna be a whopper.
And I think you might be scared.
And however scared you are, Clara, the man you are with right now,
Believe me, he is more scared than anything you can imagine right now.
and he needs you.
So who is it?
Is that the doctor?
Is that the doctor?
Yes.
He sounds old.
Please tell me I didn't get old, anything but old. Hey, for me, help me.
Go on.
And don't be afraid. Goodbye, Clara.
Aww.
Listen.
Will you help me?
You shouldn't have been listening.
I wasn't. I didn't need to. That was me talking. You look at me and you can't see me.
Maybe wear a bow tie.
Have you any idea what that's like? Please, just see me. I don't think that I'm a hugging person now.
Oh,
I'm not sure you're gonna vote. This is my home,
he's
by the
so
way.
uncomfortable.
Sorry.
Oh no, not you again.
No! I'm Missy. You made it. I hope my boyfriend wasn't too mean to you. He can be very mean sometimes. Except to me, of course, because he loves me so much. I do like his new accent, though. Think I might keep it.
I'm so confused.
Where am I?
The promised land.
Okay.
Paradise. Welcome to heaven.
What the actual? Oh, this again. Oh my god, I was not expecting Matt Smith back. It was making me cry. Still crying a little bit. Yeah, I was not expecting that at all. I'm actually really glad that they did that though. Because I'm still letting the time of the Doctor sit. You know, I didn't have a whole lot of time between that and starting this one. And I still am somewhere in the middle on his whole change of, you know, that it was like super fast but not fast, and that he was saying goodbye with Clara, but it also had to do with Amy. I love that we had this moment between them. I did a dumb mistake of not checking to see how long this episode was. I didn't realize that it was a longer than normal episode. Maybe I should have just assumed that. So I need to be doing something else right now. I literally have no time to talk about it, which is going to make me crazy. But I did just want to mention that about, you know, the Matt Smith surprise. A lot of thoughts about this first episode. It will take me a while to acclimate, as it did with Matt Smith. I think the first time around, the very first switch from Eccleston to Tennant, I already knew that I really loved Tennant in general, and Christopher Eccleston only did the one series, so as much of an impression that he made on me, I kind of imprinted on him. It still was, and it was upsetting to me when the switch happened. I did cry, because apparently I'm always going to cry at regenerations, but I just hadn't had that time to really, you know, bond with Eccleston like I would have over the course of 3 series had he done them. And the switch over to Tennant would have been very rough. Very rough. Just some quick first impressions. It's interesting that, to me, he seems like he's giving her a harder time. Like, he's very sharp with her. I don't know how much of it is just, you know, he always is in this mental fog from regenerating. Or maybe it's line delivery, I don't know, but he seems a little sharper with her. Granted, she also is very discombobulated with this change, so, like, they're both being kind of snippy with each other. So maybe this will be the way things are going forward. Maybe it won't be. Maybe this was just a rough patch. I really want to sit here and talk about it, but I have to go. So I am gonna keep my notes handy. I may even watch it again, and I will be back with all the thoughts, hopefully, that are in my head, because sometimes I forget things, and I really don't want to forget it. So, but anyway, I'll be back with more thoughts right now. All right, guys, I'm back again. That really killed me to not have any time to actually talk about the first episode. Since we had the new Doctor, it was an extra long episode. It was the return of Lady Vastra, Strax, Jenny. They had a dinosaur roaming around London. It was my bad. It was just bad planning. I just didn't check the running time. Anyway, I'm back. I'm exhausted, but damn it, I'm going to talk about this because I need to talk about it. I think I'll start with the dinosaur in the room, actually. I felt really bad for that dinosaur. She just got swept up on this adventure, and she got put into Victorian London. Yeah, died. So that was really sad. I don't know what the doctor was saying to her. I'm not flirting, by the way. That was really quite something to open the episode on. But, you know, it kind of represented the whole Lady Vastra, you know, lizard, reptilian, and Victorian England, this combination of the two. I don't know why they were drawn back to Victorian England. Maybe something instinctual, maybe the TARDIS knows, the TARDIS knows where they're needed. And maybe the TARDIS in the throat of the dinosaur went, we need Lady Vastra to help. I'm not sure. But I love the return of 3 of my favorite characters. Well, that combo of the 3 is pretty epic. Their re-entry towards the end of the episode for that epic battle them spooling it down in slow motion was just classic. It was great. And funny. I mean, in a good way. And Strax was living for that battle. He was just, he talks a lot of smack, and he talks about obliterating things, and he talks all this stuff. And he doesn't always get a chance to really do it. And he was just loving it. It was hilarious. But sometimes he is still so lost, and I wonder if he does it on purpose from time to time, just for humor, like when he's checking out Clara going through the medical exam, and he's mistaking her eyes for her lips. Really? Are you sure you're not just fooling around? So, but whether he's doing it on purpose or not, it's always funny. I think it's always funny. I cannot believe that I did not really think of the androids from The Girl in the Fireplace. I mean, these were not the same androids, but they were a sister ship. In the dialogue, they kept hinting, like, well, I should know this. This is sparking something. It didn't spark anything with me, and I can't believe it. The androids in The Girl in the Fireplace, they looked completely different. I mean, they were really freaky with those masks and the wigs. So this was a totally different era that these androids were in. Plus, they were not as beautiful underneath. The Girl in the Fireplace, I remember Tennant ripping off the wig and the mask and everything and going, oh, you're so gorgeous and da-da-da. And they had this transparent kind of face where you could see the gears turning behind it. They were kind of lovely. These guys were just very, I don't know, industrial. But the fact that they were collecting human parts should have tipped me off. I can't believe that it didn't hit me. The skin balloon, absolutely disgusting. Just the idea of it. I think one of the most disgusting things I've seen on Doctor Who. It feels like it belongs more on Torchwood, honestly. Because they get away with gross stuff all the time. The androids were very formidable. And I think even creepier when they were in the restaurant. We have a children's menu. I'll bet you do. I'll bet they did harvest children. That was their version of a children's menu. And they kept talking about reaching the promised land, which is weird because they woke up the main dude, the ringleader, we'll say, after either he fell or the doctor pushed him. I mean, really, when you think about it, it's not murder if you're tossing an android, yeah? It's not really sentient being. Discussion for another time. This is going to take a long time. But he woke up in this other place with crazy umbrella lady whom I have no idea. Introduction of the new series villain? Antagonist? I don't know. But she told him that he was in heaven. That the promised land could refer to a number of things, I suppose, but Umbrella Lady had a bit of a eye patch lady vibe to me. I can't even guess right now. I have no idea. That she did refer to the doctor as her boyfriend, and Clara kept referring to the doctor as her boyfriend in last series. I don't know. I will file these things away for another time. I am sure that like every other series, particularly the ones that Moffat has done, it will all unfold. In the meantime, I will continue to say, what is happening? Who was the person in the shop that gave Clara the number? We still didn't discover that from last series. So apparently this same person has put the ad in the paper. It could be future Clara. Could be future Doctor. I don't know. Maybe it's the Umbrella Lady. Maybe it's River. I also liked that we got a stretch of Clara on her own without the Doctor when she was trapped in the chamber with them. I mean, he kind of left her. We'll get back to that. But I really loved seeing that flashback and how she kind of outsmarted the android But I love that moment where she trusted, even though he, in her view, had just left her, that he was not going to totally abandon her and that he would be there and just reaching back. And that was a really beautiful moment. I love that. And then that it was him under the skin of the thing. Oh my God. But there was that whole theme throughout the episode. And it's not surprising because this is the first adventure where he has regenerated. He not only looks different, he sounds different. He has a different way of speaking. The tempo of it is different. The accent is everything about him, sort of physically, so far, that I can see so far, is different. I thought it was very metaphorical of him to have covered himself with a different face and be ripping it off and presenting himself. I also love this idea of the Doctor taking on a face that he's seen before, which is a familiar concept, but slightly different, like the Paul McGann mini, where they said those priestesses with the potion and all that, they said you can choose. Do you want to be young? Do you want to be old? Do you want to be, that he had some say, which is true, because when Tennant did a first regeneration, using his hand, he regenerated back into himself. And he chose to do that. So I know that Eccleston's doctor said it's random, you never know quite what you're going to get, but it seems like there is some choice. And I really like that idea. I would say, it's just a way of explaining the fact that we've had Capaldi, we've seen him on Doctor Who before in a totally different role, but these other instances have established that the Doctor can do that. And, we've had Martha in a different role, and Karen Gillan in a different role, so that's never really an issue, a problem. I also really liked this comparison that Vastra was making with her veil and with the faces that the Doctor chose to show. This last face was very, very youthful. The face that you choose to show the world and then how you are perceived by everybody. And her not realizing at what point Vastra had taken off the veil. And even later at the end where he says, you look at me and you can't see me. I really like that theme being woven together like that, and that comparison between his face that he chose and the veil that Vastra wears. And not even just literal appearances. Appearance was a huge theme. They talked about, the fact that Jenny had to appear as her servant because her being accepted as a wife in this time period was just not going to fly. So there's that kind of appearance. There's this repeated thing about Clara thinking that the Doctor was her boyfriend. And she got all indignant and she said, I've been attracted to older men. And then when Strax was looking into her subconscious, if in fact that was truly what he was doing or whether he's just making stuff up. But he said, I see lots of strapping young men in your subconscious, all this stuff. It's just very interesting. I just like the very different ways in which this whole theme of appearance and how it is perceived and how it is accepted or not accepted. It was woven in this episode. It was great. But speaking of appearances, the TARDIS did not totally 100% change, but I really like not just the round things, he said, but I love that she has bookshelves and books and an armchair, like right in the console room. Like no need to go to the library. The library will come to you. I love it. I think this series 5 and 6 TARDIS console is still my favorite just because I love the weird random objects that is like, what? It's like a junkyard. And indeed they went to a junkyard. But I like the look of it. I do. I also like the look of the opening graphics. I'm not quite sure about the new music arrangement. I don't know. I need to hear it a few more times. But I do love the graphics of it. As I said initially before I ran out of time, I know that I will need a few episodes, I think, to get used to him as the Doctor. Which I think this episode also acknowledged. Clara will have to get used to him being the Doctor. He will have to get used to him being the Doctor. I can't make any judgments. I think I just need to see more of him. I think a lot of the Doctor's quirks and eccentricities are still in there. I think that is also in the writing, but it's also in the performance. He doesn't speak as quickly as either Tennant or Smith did, so I actually have a much greater chance of understanding what's going on. And I didn't realize he was Scottish. I had no idea. That whole thing about how I've gone Scottish. That's good, I'm Scottish. I can complain about things. Anytime there's a Scottish joke, actually, I used to have a Scottish boyfriend who had an English accent. And his parents had to my ear, were thick Scottish accents. He would always have people come up to him and ask where in England he was from, and he would get so indignant because he's not English, he's Scottish, but he didn't sound Scottish. He sounded English. That was always fun. So from his family and from him, I learned a lot about, there were just a lot of Scottish jokes floating around their family and English jokes. But the rant about the eyebrows, their attack eyebrows, that is hilarious. Right? He said something about, did his face choose to make a point, or did he choose it to make a point? And he wasn't sure. But he said it wasn't a rhetorical question. I don't know what he was expecting this poor man in the alleyway to answer. I like the reference to the big long scarf. So I'm going to have to see more of him. I think it seemed like to me that he was a little more discombobulated than previous regenerations. Like it was really taking him quite a long time for this to settle. And I do think, because I did watch it again, I do think that he is a little sharper with her. But I think it may be because they are both acclimating to this. They're both acclimating to the change. But he was very sharp with her in the cafe. I mean, he called her egomaniac. He called her needy. He's called her a control freak. Whether or not any of that is true, which I don't think it is, but that was odd. And she was snippy with him as well. But I think maybe, and we'll see how it goes, I think maybe this was just part of his just discombobulation with the regeneration. I think. But I really did love that moment, though, in the chamber when she trusted that he would have her back and that he would be there for her, and he was. I also love that final scene. I mean, obviously I was really affected by the fact that Matt Smith was back. I recognized his voice. I thought it was going to continue to just be a voiceover on the phone with maybe Peter Capaldi coming out and you would have that connection, but they actually filmed him on camera, so I got very emotional. And as I said before, I'm glad they did that. I like them having that final moment between that version of the Doctor and having that sort of link her with who the Doctor is now, which was really lovely. And it was a really beautiful ending to the episode, which the episode itself is a beginning of something. So we have a true ending, and that is the start of something. And so I'm really looking forward to more episodes. I want to see what this new actor is all about, see what the new Doctor is all about. Wondering already about Umbrella Lady. Yeah, just really curious. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching this one with me. If you enjoyed the reaction, please feel free to give it a like, a share, and a subscribe. Full reactions are on Patreon, and be sure to join me for the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye. Ooh, look at this new intro. Oh my goodness. That is funky. So much change all at once. Help me. Well, at least there's still Stephen Moffat. That part's consistent.